In the process of multiplication and division of polynomials, you need to apply the laws of exponents. Remember that exponent tells how many times the base will be multiplied by itself. Any number a raised to n, where a is the base and n is the exponent. Example, 5 raised to 3 means 5 times 5 times 5. And if we are going to simplify this one, this is equal to 125. In x times x times x times x times x, the variable x is multiplied by itself 5 times. Hence, you can write it as x raised to 5. Here, the base is x and the exponent is 5. Okay, so let's have a review. We are going to identify the parts of the given expression. Okay, given 5 raised to 4. 4 is the exponent or tinatawag din ito na power. So, again, exponent, a number used to tell how many times the base is used as a factor. So, yung exponent, sinasabi kong ilang beses mo i-multiply yung base mo. Okay, so 5, tawag naman dyan is the base. And si base, ito yung number being multiplied. Okay, simplify the following expressions. Number 1, 2 raised to 2. What is 2 raised to 2? So, pag 2 raised to 2, this means 2 times 2. And 2 times 2 is equal to 4. Next, 3 raised to 4. So, 3 raised to 4 means 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. So, if we are going to simplify this one, this is equal to 81. Because 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 3 is 27. And then 27 times 3 is equal to 81. Next, 2 raised to 5. 2 raised to 5, 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. And this is equal to 32. Next, 6 raised to 3. 6 raised to 3 means, okay, mo-multiply ng tatlong beses si 6. 6 times 6 times 6, or this is equal to 216. Then last, x raised to 4 is also means x times x times x times x. So, parang i-expand, ito yung expansion form niya. So, since the base is a variable, hindi na natin yan masisimplify. So, iyan na yung expansion niya, and then exponential form is this one. Okay, so dako na po tayo sa laws of exponents. So, we have 5. The product law of exponent, quotient law of exponents, power of a power rule, power of a product, and power of a quotient. Okay, simula tayo sa product law of exponent. So, sinasabi dito, any numbers m and integers x and y, m raised to x times m raised to y, we can simplify this is equal to m raised to x plus y. So, makikita dito parang ito yung pinaka-general formula niya. Kapag pareho yung base nila, ano ang gagawin mo sa kanilang exponent para sila ay masimplify? I-add po natin sila. The base must be the same before you can add the exponents. Kasi kung magkaiba ang kanilang base, hindi nyo pwedeng i-add ang kanilang exponent. Okay, example tayo. Okay, given b raised to 2 times b raised to 3. Okay, mapapansin naman ninyo, pareho yung base nila, b. So, anong gagawin natin? Pwedeng, ang solution natin is expand muna natin. B squared is b times b. And then b raised to 3 meaning b times b times b. And, kung makikita ninyo, ilang b ang makikita ninyo lahat-lahat. So, pare-pareho sila ng ng base b, kaya kopyahin yung b, and then ilang beses yan mo multiply? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Kaya ang magiging exponent niya is 5. So, ang simplified form nito is b raised to 5, or by using the general formula, b raised to 2 times b raised to 3 is equal to, kopyahin yung common base na b, and then i-add na lang yung kanilang exponent. 2 plus 3, so this is now equal to b raised to 5. Okay, more example. Number 1, x squared times x. So what is x squared times x? So pareho yung base, copy the base, that is x, and then anong gagawin sa exponent? You're going to add. So dito, wala kayong makikita siyang exponent. So, ibig sabihin, kapag variable lang yan, wala kayong makikitang exponent, the exponent is always 1. Tandaan po, lahat ng variable na walang makikitang exponent, ang exponent niya is 1. Kaya bali 2 plus 1, so this is equal to x raised to 3. Okay, number 2, x squared times x raised to 3 times x raised to 5. Okay, copy the common base x. So x, and then i-add yung mga exponent nila. 2 plus 3 plus 5 is equal to, kaya ang maging sagot natin is x raised to 10. So yan na. And then number 3, 2 raised to 2 times 2 raised to 3. Okay, ang base naman nila ngayon is a number, that is the number 2. So, copy the base 2 and then add the exponent 2 plus 3. So, that is 5. But since ang kanyang base dito is a number, pwede pa rin niyang masimplify. 2 raised to 5, meaning, imo-multiply mo ng 5 beses si 2. Kaya, 2 raised to 5, ang final answer natin dito is equal to 32. Okay, number 4, a raised to 5 times a raised to 5. Ang magiging sagot natin is a raised to 5 plus 5 is 10. Number 5, x squared times y raised to 3 times x raised to 5 times y raised to 8. Okay, mapapansin ninyo, involved ang base na x and y. So, ang gagawin natin, ang i-simplify muna natin is yung may parehong base na x. Okay, so ito. So, kopyahin lang yung x and then other exponent. And then next naman is yung y. Copy y and then other exponent. Kaya ang maging sagot natin is we have x, then 2 plus 5, kasi yan yung may base na x. 2 plus 5 is 7. And then, si y naman, 3 plus 8 is equal to 11. So, yan na yung sagot natin. X raised to 7, y raised to 11. Number 6. 3x squared times 4x raised to 5. Okay, kapag ganito naman, meron na siyang numerical coefficient. Ang unang i-add natin is, multiply natin is 3 times 4. So, 3 times 4 is equal to 12. And then, x raised to 2 times x raised to 5. So, pareho yung base na x. So, copy x. And then, add the exponent 2 plus 5 is 7. Okay, so yan na po ang sagot natin. For number 7, 7 raised to a times 7 raised to b times 7 raised to c. So, mapapansin ninyo, pare-pareho na parehong number yung base nila, that is 7. But the exponent a, b, and c. Okay, so just follow the general formula. Copy the common base. Kung ano yung base nilang tatlo, kopyahin yan. So, we have 7, and then anong gagawin sa kanilang exponent? Di ba, ina-add yun? Okay, so since ang exponent niya is mga variable, just add the variable na a plus b plus c. So, ito na yung final na simplified form niya. 7 raised to a plus b plus c. Okay, number 2 law of exponent is the quotient law of exponent. So, sinasabi din dito, any numbers m and integers x and y, letter A, given m raised to x divided by m raised to y, this is equal to m raised to x minus y. So, anong mapapansin ninyo dito? Okay, we are dividing terms wherein pareho sila ng base pero magkaiba ng exponent. So, anong gagawin natin? Kopyahin yung common base and then isusubtract naman natin ngayon yung kanyang exponent. So, ito ang gagawin natin if x is greater than y. Kapag daw mas mataas yung value ni x kaysa kay y. So, i-minus natin ng ganyan. Okay, letter B. Given m raised to x divided by m raised to y is equal to m raised to x minus y, and this is equal to 1 if x is equal to y. Kapag pareho daw yung exponent ni m raised to x, kapag ang exponent natin dito ay the same sa exponent dito, that is now equal to 1. Okay, so makikita nyo yan sa example natin mamaya. And then letter C, m raised to x divided by m raised to y is equal to 1 over m raised to y minus x. So, this is if x is less than y. Or kapag naman, mas mataas yung exponent na nasa denominator, magiging ganito ang ang susundin nating formula. So, magiging 1 over, then copy their common base, m raised to y minus x. Okay, examples natin. Example letter A, wherein dito makikita ninyo a raised to 5 divided by a raised to 2. So, mas mataas yung exponent na nasa numerator kaysa denominator. So, using the expansion form, a raised to 5, so, i-multiply ng 5 beses si a, and then a raised to 2, i-multiply ng 2 beses. So, using cancellation, kasi a divided by a, that is equal to 1, yan. So, isang a sa numerator at isang a sa denominator, that is equal to 1, kaya na-cancel yan. So, ilan na lang ang natira? 3 a na makikita sa numerator, or we can write this as a raised to 3. Or, applying this one, the general formula, a raised to 5 divided by a raised to 2 is equal to a. Copy the common base a, then subtract the exponent 5 minus 2. So, ang final na sagot natin is a raised to 3. So, pareho lang. Okay, letter B. Okay, a raised to 3 divided by a raised to 3. So, makikita niyo naman, pareho sila ng exponent. So, ito yung sinasabi ng kanina. Yan yun. So, ito yun. Pag pareho sila ng exponent, kahit na gaano kataas ang kanyang base, that is all equal to 1. Okay. So, expansion, a raised to 3 meaning, i-multiply yan ng 3 beses si a, ganun din sa denominator. So, kapag i-apply natin ang cancellation, makakancel lahat sila, maiwan na lang is 1. So, that is equal to 1. Similarly, a raised to 3 divided by a raised to 3. So, using the formula, a, open yung a, and then subtract 3 minus 3, their exponent. So, 3 minus 3 is equal to 0. So, a raised to 0 is equal to 1. So, tandaan po, any number raised to 0 is always equal to 1. Kahit na gaano pa kataas ang kanyang base. For example, 1,000 raised to 0. So, that is equal to 1. Or 1 million raised to 0. Anong equivalent nun? That is equal to 1. Basta't ang exponent niya is 0, that is equal to 1. Okay. Case number 3, a raised to 2 divided by a raised to 4 using the expansion form. Okay, a times a divided by, yan, multiply ng 4 na a. So, we have, yan. So, kapag apply cancellation, makakancel yan. Ano lang matitira sa numerator? May matirang 1. And then sa denominator, dalawang a. Kaya 1 over a raised to 2. Similarly, ayan, a raised to 2 divided by a raised to 4 is equal to, i-follow natin yung itong, formula. So, magiging 1 yung numerator, copy the base, that is 4, and then subtract 4 minus 2. So, magiging 1 over a raised to 2. Okay, so more examples tayo. Simplify the following. Number 1, x raised to 5 divided by x raised to 2. So, applying the law. So, copy the common base, that is x, kaya magiging x, and then subtract their exponent, minus yung exponent nila, 5 minus 2, kaya magiging sagot natin is x raised to 3. Okay, number 2, x raised to 7, y raised to 5, divided by x raised to 2, y raised to 3. Okay, involved ang dalawang variables, x and y. So, the same pa rin, ang isusubtract nating exponent is dapat yung may kaparehong base. So, x and x, and then y to y. So, x, minus ang exponent nila, 7 minus 2, kaya magiging x raised to 5. And then y, copy y, 5 minus 2 is, 5 minus 3 is 2. So, ang sagot natin is magiging x raised to 5, then y raised to 2. Then, number 3. 2t raised to 3 divided by 2t raised to 2. Okay, so, kopyahin lang po yung base nila na 2t, and then subtract yung exponent, 3 minus 2 is 1. So, tandaan, kapag ang exponent natin ay 1, hindi na kailangang isulat yung 1. So, automatic, pag walang makikita, ibig sabihin the exponent is 1. So, pwedeng yan lang. 2t ang sagot natin. Okay, next example number 4, given m raised to 5 divided by m raised to 5. So, ano magiging sagot natin dyan? So, copy the common base, that is m, and then subtract 5 minus 5 is 0. And then sabi nga natin, lahat ng numbers, lahat ng variables na raised to 0, that is always equal to 1. Therefore, m raised to 0 is equal to 1. Number 5, s raised to 4 divided by s raised to 7. Yan. So, the same yung base. Sabi natin, kaya lang mapapansin natin, mas mataas yung exponent ng nasa denominator. Ibig sabihin, yung variable s natin is dapat sa denominator natin yan ilalagay. So, anong ilalagay natin sa numerator? Okay, lalagyan natin siya ng 1. Kaya magiging sagot natin is 1 over s. Then, minus natin 7 minus 4 is 3. Okay, so ang sagot natin is 1 over s raised to 3. Kasi nga, bawal po ang may exponent na negative. Okay, next, number 6, example. X raised to 9. Y raised to 2 divided by x raised to 3, y raised to 8. Okay, so, the same pa rin. Ang isimplify natin yung may parehong base. Yan, 9 and then 3, then y. So, first is x, and then 9 minus 3 is 6. And then next, y square divided by y raised to 8. So, dito mapapansin ninyo, yung denominator natin na y raised to 8 ang mas may mataas na exponent. So, ibig sabihin, sa denominator natin ilalagay yung variable na y. Kaya magiging, so since dapat may 1 siya, pero kapag i-multiply natin kay x raised to 6 times 1, x raised to 6 pa rin yun. Kaya the over denominator natin is y 8 minus 2 is 6. Okay, kaya yan. Ang final answer natin is x raised to 6 over y raised to 6. Number 3, law of exponent, we have the power of a power rule. So, sinasabi dito, any number m and integers x and y. So, we have here the general formula. The quantity m raised to x raised to y is equal to m raised to xy. So, mapapansin niyo dito, meron siyang exponent sa loob and then meron siyang exponent sa labas. So, para masimplify yan, ano daw ang gagawin natin? Xy, meaning you're going to multiply the two exponent. Example, letter A raised to 2 raised to 3. Okay, so, kapag i-expand natin yan, magiging ganito yan. A raised to 2 times A raised to 2 times A raised to 2. So, applying the law of exponent number 1, so, pag pare-pareho yung base, copy the base, and then ipag-add natin yung exponent. Kaya ang final answer is A raised to 6. So, para hindi kailangan ganito ang ating solution, applying this power of a power rule, i-multiply agad yung kanilang exponent. Kaya, instead of writing this one, i-expand nyo pa, and then mag-a-add pa, i-multiply lang na lang natin agad. So, copy A na base, and then 2 times 3, kaya magiging A raised to 6. So, we have the same answer. Letter B, given the quantity A raised to 2 over B raised to 3 raised to 2. Okay, so ibig sabihin nito, ayan, meron silang exponent sa loob, meron pang exponent sa labas. So, ibig sabihin, para maging isa lang ang kanilang exponent, i-multiply lang natin. So, copy the base A and then 2 times 2, kaya magiging 4. B, and then i-multiply din natin ang exponent niya kay 2. 3 times 2, kaya 6. So, yan na yung final answer natin. Okay, more examples. Number 1, the quantity A raised to 3 raised to 4 is equal to A, 3 times 4 is 12, kaya A raised to 12. Ganun lang. Number 2, the quantity 3 square raised to 3. Okay, so ang base natin dito is a number. So, copy 3 and then multiply yung dalawang exponent. 2 times 3 is 6. So, we have here 3 raised to 6. And then, since ang base natin ay number, kailangan natin yung i-simplify. I-multiply nyo daw si 3 ng 6 na beses. Kaya, pag ginawa natin yan, this is equal to 729. Number 3, the quantity n raised to 3 over r raised to 5 raised to 6. Okay, so, the same sa example letter B natin kanina, copy the base and then multiply 3 times 6, kaya 18 yan. Over, copy R, 5 times 6 is 30. So, our final answer here is n raised to 18 over r raised to 30. Okay, next example number 4. Given the quantity x raised to 7 over y raised to 4 raised to 5. So, the same with number 3, copy x, 7 times 5 is 35 over y, 4 times 5 is 20. So, we have here x raised to 35 over y raised to 20. So, hindi na po na yun masisimplify kasi magkaiba yung base nila. Ito yung, ang base dito is x, yung base dito is y. Okay, number 4, power of a product. Any numbers m and n and integer x. Okay, so the general formula given the quantity mn raised to x is equal to m raised to x n raised to x. Okay, so para makikita ninyo dito, meron tayong two variables inside this parenthesis and then meron siyang exponent sa labas. So, ang gagawin nyo lang parang dun sa low number 3, i-multiply nyo lang. Then, ang exponent nila doon sa exponent sa nasa labas. So, inuulit ko, tandaan, kapag wala kayong makitang exponent, ibig sabihin, ang exponent niya is 1. Kaya 1 times x is also x. 1x or x. And, then, ang exponent niya dito is 1 times x. So, 1x or just write x. Okay, example. Number 1. The quantity 2ab raised to 3. Okay, so ano ang magiging sagot natin? So, copy yung base na 2. So, again, inuulit ko, kapag wala kayong makitang exponent dyan, meron siyang exponent na 1. So, meron yung exponent na 1. Kahit si A, meron yung exponent na 1. And then, ganun din kay B. So, i-multiply natin yun kay 3. Kaya, copy 2. And then, 1 times 3 is 3. A, and then 1 times 3 is 3. And then B, 1 times 3 is 3. Kaya yan. And then, since meron tayong base dito na number, kailangan natin nang i-simplify. 2 raised to 3. Ibig sabihin, i-multiply mo si 2 ng 3 beses. So, 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8. Kaya we have 8. Then, kopyahin na lang si A raised to 3, B raised to 3. So, ang final na sagot natin dito is 8. 8a raised to 3, b raised to 3. Okay, next, example number 2. The quantity x raised to 3, y raised to 4, raised to 5. So, pareho lang din. Copy x and then multiply 3 times 5. Kaya 15 yan. Then y, 4 times 5 is 20. So, ang sagot natin is x raised to 15, y raised to 20. Okay, more examples. Given the quantity 2x raised to 3y, z raised to 5, raised to 2. Okay, so ibig sabihin, lahat ng dito, i-multiply natin kay 2. So, first 2. Ibig sabihin, wala siyang exponent, may 1, kaya 1 times 2, kaya magiging 2 ang kanyang exponent dito. Next is si x. Copy x. Then, 3 times 2, kaya 6 yan. And then next is si y. Y. Wala kayong makitang exponent ni y, ibig sabihin 1. Kaya 1 times 2 is 2, kaya exponent niya dito is 2. And then z, copy. Then multiply 5 times 2 is 10. Okay, and then mapapansin niyo dito, meron tayong base na number. 2 raised to 2. Ibig sabihin, you need to simplify this one. 2 times 2, we have 4. And then just copy x raised to 6, y raised to 2, and z raised to 10. So, this is our final answer. Okay, next example given. The quantity 10, a raised to 2, b raised to 3, c raised to 4, raised to 2. Okay, so ano magiging sagot natin? We have copy the base 10, and then magiging exponent niya, 1 times 2 is 2. Then next a, then 2 times 2 is 4. Next is b, then 3 times 2 is 6. And then c, 4 times 2 is 8. And then since we have here number 10 raised to 2, isi-simplify natin yan. Ibig sabihin, 10 raised to 2 is, i-multiply mo ng dalawang beses si 10. Kaya 10 times 10 is equal to 100. Then just copy a raised to 4, b raised to 6, and c raised to 10. Therefore, this is our final answer. Okay, number 5. Last law of exponent, power of a quotient. Okay, sinasabi dito, any numbers m and n and integer x given the quantity m over n raised to x is equal to m raised to x over n raised to x. Okay, so mapapansin niyo dito, so parang i-distribute nyo ulit yung exponent na nasa labas, i-multiply nyo doon sa exponent nila na nasa loob. So, dito, since wala kayong makitang exponent, ibig sabihin ang exponent nila is 1. Kaya m raised to 1. Kaya, kopyahin yung base na m, then 1 times x is 1x, or just write x. Then n, 1 times x is x. Example number 1. Okay, given the quantity 3 over 2 raised to 3. Okay, diba? So, dito ang base na natin is si number. So, ano magiging sagot natin? Copy yung base natin na 3. Kaya we have, yan, 3, and then may exponent yan na 1. So, 1 times 3 is 3 over. Base dito is 2, copy. Then, 1 times 3 is 3. And then, since this, their base is a number, pwede pa natin yung masimplify. 3 raised to 3, ibig sabihin, imamultiply mo si 3 ng 3 beses. Kaya 3 raised to 3 is equal to 27. And then 2 raised to 3, ibig sabihin, imamultiply mo si 2 ng 3 beses. Kaya 2 times 2, 4 times 2 is 8. Therefore, ang final answer natin dito is 27 over 8. Okay, more example number 2. Given the quantity a over 3 raised to 3. So, magiging sagot natin dito, copy the base a and then multiply 1 times 3. So, we have a raised to 3 over, then 3, copy 3, then 1 times 3 is 3. And then, since the base here is a number, kailangan pa natin i-simplify yan. So, ibig sabihin nito, 3 raised to 3, i-multiply mo si 3 ng 3 beses. Kaya 3 times 3, 27 times 3 is equal to 27. So, a raised to 3 over 27 is our final answer. Number 3, the quantity x over 2 raised to 4. So, copy x and then 1 times 4 is 4 over 2, copy 2, and then 1 times 4 is 4. And again, this is the base. Here is a number, so we need to simplify. 2 raised to 4. Ibig sabihin nito, imomultiply mo si 2 ng 4 na beses. So, 2 times 2, 4 times 2 is 8, times 2 is 16. Kaya ang final answer natin is x raised to 4 over 16.